NBA 2K24 is finally here, and while 6'9" builds might have been left in the past in 2K23, 6'8" ISO builds are not done yet. So in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys the best possible tall 6'8" ISO build you can make in 2K24. So if y'all haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications, because we are getting so close to 50,000 subscribers. And also, I'm going to be giving away 4 copies of NBA 2K24. So if you want to enter, all you have to do right now is like, comment, and subscribe. But moving on to the builder, as you guys can see, it is completely different this year. There is a custom builder on the left where you can make a build completely from scratch, and now there's an NBA template builder where 2K actually made a bunch of preset NBA player builds that you can choose from. And not only can you get their exact attributes, all their animations and stuff, and not only can you get their exact attributes, all their animations and stuff like that, you can also customize it if you don't like it exactly how it is. So for today, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to go into the NBA template builder. So for the first name, last name, handedness, and jersey number, obviously they don't matter. They're all personal preference, and you can do whatever you want for those. But once you have that set, you can look at all of the NBA player build templates that they have. And for this video, we're going to be going to the small forward position and picking Jason Tatum as our template. Now, what you can do with the NBA template builds this year is you can make it exactly how it is right now and just click finish. And if you do that, you get all of that player's animations right off the rip, even if you're a 60 overall. And as you can see, this build is very rounded out, but I think that we can use some of the attributes in other places to make the build even better. So what we're going to do is click on the customize build option, and that'll bring us into what looks like the normal custom builder. And from here, you can even change the position, but if you're just playing park, you could just leave it on small forward. And as you can see, you can also end up changing the height, weight, and wingspan if you wanted to too. But in this video, we're just going to leave that all the same and just change the attributes on the build. Now, moving on to the first attribute in the finishing category, we're going to start off with close shot and bring that all the way up to a 70. Now, after playing the game earlier this year, I found out that close shot was a very important badge, especially because you have to time all of your shots in the paint now with the new layup meter. So having that close shot at a 70 actually gets you so many crazy badges. Starting off with the bronze masher badge, which as you can see improves a player's ability to finish well around the rim, especially over smaller defenders. So if you're playing on like the 2s or 3s court as the guard on your team and you have a smaller defender guarding you, if you bring the ball to the paint, you're almost always going to make a layup over them. You also get the pro touch badge on Hall of Fame, which literally just makes it easier to green your shots on the layup meter. You get Giant Slayer on gold, which makes it way easier to make layups and close shots over taller defenders, as well as the new spot finder badge, which makes it a lot easier to hit your shots and layups when you're moving off ball. And finally, the new whistle badge, which helps you get a lot more calls and get to the free throw line. Now, after that, you also get an 84 driving layup, which gets you so many crazy badges. Starting off with the first badge, which is slithery. It literally just helps you get to the paint and avoid contact, making it easier to get wide open layups and dunks. After that, you have acrobat, which helps you get Euro steps, reverses, and all of those crazy layups, which makes it a lot more fun to finish. You get aerial wizard, which helps you get putbacks as well as catch lobs. The new bunny badge, which makes it a lot easier to do hop step layups and dunks. So I'm not gonna lie, hop steps might be back. You get pro touch on Hall of Fame, which like I said earlier, literally just makes it a lot easier to time your new layup meter. You get the new scooper badge on Hall of Fame, which improves your ability to make scoop layups, as well as a new badge called float game, which obviously makes it easier to make floaters, and a ton of other badges as well. So if you're wondering why the layup is so high at an 84, that's why. You get so many badges that are going to help you finish around the rim and are literally just going to make you so much harder of a person to guard. After that, you're going to upgrade your driving dunk all the way to an 89, and this is very important because this unlocks the contact dunks that you're going to need and want on this build. And all of the badges that this driving dunk unlocks you is silver posterizer, which if you guys don't know, literally just unlocks all of the contact dunks once you have the animations. It allows you to do them in game. You get slithery on silver, which we talked about earlier. You get the new precision dunker badge, which makes it a lot easier to time your dunk meter, which if you guys don't know is the best way to get contact dunks. So that is going going to be very important to have on. And you also get the new spin cycle and two-step badges, both on Hall of Fame, which helps you make spin layups and dunks, as well as Euro layups and dunks. And for the last badge in the finishing category, you're also going to have a 45 standing dunk. Obviously not too crazy, but you're going to be kind of an ISO tall guard build, so you really don't need it that high. Moving on to the shooting attributes now, you're going to start off with a 75 mid-range, and while it's not too crazy, you have an 86 three-pointer to go along with it. And that right there gets you all of the badges you're going to need to shoot. Starting off with the blinders badge, which literally just makes it easier to shoot shots when a defender is defending you from the sides. You get catch and shoot on gold. If you ever catch the ball, it'll make it so much easier to shoot right after. Dead eye on silver, which will help you tune out the defender when they're closing out. Limitless range, which you're obviously going to want on this build. It literally just extends your range to be able to shoot from consistently, making it easier to shoot from farther away from the basket. Agent 3 on silver. Now, this is definitely one you are going to want. Because you're going to be dribbling mainly, Agent 3 allows you to hit shots way more consistently off the dribble. Now, this includes fades as well as just any shot after you're dribbling. So as an ISO build, you definitely want to have this maxed out. Corner specialist on gold, which once again, if you decide to be kind of a spot up at some points in the game, it'll definitely help you knock down shots in the corner. Green machine on silver, which makes it a lot easier to green shots as you green more shots consistently. Green machine on silver, which makes it a lot easier to green shots the more shots you've greened in a row. You also get space creator on silver, gold claymore, comeback kit on gold, which makes it a lot easier to hit your shots when you're losing the game, as well as guard up and the new open looks badge, which is going to make it a lot easier to hit shots when you are wide open. Now, after that 3, you're going to have a 72 free throw. And if you're someone who just plays park, you really don't need to worry about this. But if you play rec or my career a lot, you can also upgrade this a little bit more depending on how much you want. Moving on to the playmaking category, you are going to have a 75 pass accuracy. And this will allow a bunch of pass styles that you can choose from. And some of them actually make your passes faster. So you definitely want to have those on. And with that 75 pass accuracy, you also get silver dimer, which is going to make your teammates' shots a lot easier to hit when you pass it to them. You're going to get the new relay passer and touch passer badges, as well as special delivery on silver, making it easier to throw lobs and flashy passes. After that, you're going to have an 85 ball handle, so you're going to get some crazy sigs for a 6'8" build. And if you look at all the badges you get from that, it just gets even crazier. And for the last attribute in the playmaking category, you are going to have a 77 speed with ball, because as an ISO build, you definitely want to be as fast as possible when you're dribbling, so we're just going to max that out. And this here, multiple attributes can actually combine to help you get one badge. So as you can see, this speed with ball also helps you get the blow by badge, as well as the hyperdrive badge on silver, which will help you out a lot when you're in the rec or threes. Moving on to the defensive category, starting off with the interior defense, we're going to upgrade that all the way to a 70, because this year interior defense is a lot different than it was last year. Last year is kind of non-existent, but this year it is completely revamped, and it is very important to have on your build this year. So while the only badge we actually get from that is workhorse, which is definitely still a good badge, just having that 70 interior defense attribute is going to come a long way to help us get stops in the paint. Moving on to the perimeter defense, we're going to upgrade that all the way to an 85, because obviously you want to be able to guard the perimeter at an elite level. And as you guys can see by the badges we get, starting off in the S tier, you're going to have silver clamps, which literally just allows you to stay in front of the ball handler when you're playing defense, and obviously that's going to be something you want. And after that, you have ankle braces on silver, which makes it harder for the ball handler to get ankle breakers on you. You also have challenger, which helps you get contests when the ball handler is shooting. You get the new fast feet badge, which boosts a player's ability to stay in front of dribblers. That is definitely going to help you out a lot against smaller guards who might be a little bit faster than you. You get pick dodger on silver, which I feel like definitely will help out a lot this year, because I think pick and roll and pick and pop play styles are definitely coming back, especially on the twos court. And after that, you get the new 94 feet badge. As you can see, it allows defenders to harass and bother ball handlers in the backcourt. And trust me right now, that is going to be one of the best defensive badges in the entire game. And finally, you also get workhorse on silver, as well as gold off ball pest. For the steal, you're going to upgrade that all the way to a 61. Moving on to your block rating, you're going to upgrade that all the way to a 68. And you want to make sure it stays at 68, because that way you get the bronze chase down badge. And finally, for your defensive rebound, you're going to upgrade that all the way to a 60. That way you do end up getting the rebound chaser badge, making it a lot easier to get rebounds when you're on defense or even on offense. And finally, moving on to the physical attributes, probably some of the most important attributes you can have on any build this year. Starting off with speed, you're gonna bring that all the way up to the max, which is an 82. And the reason that physical attributes are so important this year is because they tie together with so many badges that you need on this game. As you can see, without that speed, you wouldn't get chase down, you wouldn't get hyperdrive, and most importantly, you wouldn't get the speed booster badge. Moving on to acceleration, we're gonna also max that out all the way to a 75. And the reason for that is if you look on the right, look at how many badges it affects. After that, you're gonna go with a 46 strength. I know it's not crazy, especially for kind of a taller build like this, but I still kind of do think of this build more of as a guard build. And with the speed booster and blow by badge, you'll be perfectly fine without the bulldozer or anything like that. Moving on to the vertical, this is very important. You want to upgrade this all the way up to a 78, because along with that 89 driving dunk, this will allow you to get all the contact dunk animations that you want and need on this build. And obviously without it, you wouldn't get the chase down badge, you wouldn't get posterizer or aerial wizard. And finally, we're going to bring up our stamina all the way to a 95, because obviously when we're dribbling a lot, playing defense a lot, we never want to run out of stamina, so that is going to help us out a lot right there. And there we have it, an inside out threat, probably one of the most common names you could have had in 2K23, but you guys just saw this build is absolutely insane. And if you guys want to check out the best center build, click the video on the screen, and if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe.